jump right into this look with Pat McGrath Mothership #1. This is Subliminal? Yes, Mothership #1 Subliminal. I had a piece of paper in here that said to put Blitz Blue on the lid and to top it with Pale Gold 002. This is Blitz Blue, this is gold. Pale Gold. I don't know why I have wrote that down, but that's what we're going to do. We prime the lid. I'm going to try to breeze through this because I don't know. I need to slow down. I'm dropping stuff everywhere. Because I don't know how many, looks are going to be in this video. Because then I also had a note, to recreate look number 5 that I did last spring. And I also want to do another look with another one. So, so we're going to take, we're going to take substance first, and we're going to put that on the inner portion of the eye. This is Hourglass #3 brush. The eyes are primed. I'm trying a new foundation, y'all. This is the House Labs #330. Let me know how it's looking. It was a dewy foundation for me, and y'all know I'm used to the Fenty Soft Matte, and so I did have to set it, and I used Fashion Fair Set It Loose Powder, Truly Tawny, and I used House Labs bronzers, blush, and highlighter. And so that's what's on the face, and then I sprayed the face with Scandinavia, the makeup finishing spray, and the bridal formula. So this is all we're going to do for this, and I could turn the brush over, but we're not, because we don't do that. We're going to take this brush. This is a Scott Barnes, it says travel blender brush, but look at this. Look like a blender to you. And I didn't show you, this was substance. Did I show you? I don't remember. Blitz Blue, we're going to put all over the lid, and hopefully that will work well with this brush. And it actually is. This is one of the celestial shades in here. The shape of this brush is not allowing me to feather up here, and I have a feeling it's going to take it wider than I want it to be. So I will, it's doing great for the lid and for the crease area in here, but I am going to switch brushes because I can foresee, and it's because this is so rounded, whereas even the Hourglass, you know, it kind of tapers. And so, excuse me for that clank. And so I don't want to try to blend like too much right now. That eyeliner I used, Inner Rims and Lower Lash Line is NYX Retractable Eyeliner in Gypsy Blue, and it's chunking up and flaking onto my face, even though I put it on my lower lash line. And so I keep seeing like little black spots, which I know is that liner. And so I have a Q-tip here that I've been using to just kind of pick it off. I don't want to do too much with this brush up here because I don't want it to get away from me. And so I'm going to leave this like this, and then we will come back to it. And since we use that brush for the lid on this eye, we're going to put that over here. And yeah, this is what we're going to do. And we are going, do I want to edit some of this out since I don't know how many clips are going to be in this video, but they will all be house Motherships. So this side is already kind of getting away from me. I'm going to edit out putting the rest of this on just for the sake of time. And I am going to switch brushes. I actually think I'm going to take, I don't know, I think I'm going to just switch to an Hourglass brush, the Hourglass #3. So we'll be back. We actually did not even switch brushes. I'm still working with this, with that same brush that we used initially for this shade. I like the shape over here. This one is always not the way I like it. But I've just been feathering the top edge just to get a blend going. And I do think I am going to put Ultimate Taupe under my brow, and that'll help further this blend. But I do like how it is blending out though. And I don't feel it's necessary to put a brow bone shade. I just kind of want to, because I have a lot of space because of my puffiness. And so sometimes to me, it just looks like it needs to be something there just to take away some of the space. And when I take my lid shades all the way up and it's only just a little strip of skin, that's okay for me, that I don't feel like I need to put a brow bone shade. We're going to go back to that first brush that had substance on it, this shade. And we're not adding to the brush, but we're going to just pull over because I wasn't able to do the back and forth with that Scott Barnes brush. It's great for one and dones, but if you want to do more than just place shadow and like strategically just buff the edges, it's going to, well, for me, it causes problems, as you saw, which is why I edited some of that out. So we're just pulling this over. Oh, I like this. What are we going to do now? Okay. So we're going to take this brush and take Substance, and we're going to put that on the first part of our lower lash line. So that's just going to go right here on top of Gypsy Blue or Blitz Blue? Gypsy Blue. Is that what it says? I know I said it earlier. Gypsy Blue. So we're just going to put this on top of Gypsy Blue right here. And this is a fluffy-ish type of brush. This is a Makeup Geek brush, and it says Defined Crease Brush. I use it for lower lash line because if you've been here, you know I don't do traditional crease shades. I don't put shades just in the crease because I take my lid shades into the crease and up to the transition area, which is up here. So that's what we're going to do with this one. We're going to take a more stiff brush. This is the Crown brush, came in the subscription box. And we're going to take Blitz Blue and something flaked into my eye. And we're going to put that on our lower lash line. And we are going to go right up under the lash line, and then we're going to bring it down some, like down here. Oh, look at that bag. It's like pow. And we're going to do the same thing over here. This bag too, like when I look straight, it doesn't look too bad. But when I look down, oh my gosh. That miniature water balloons under my eye. So we're going to put this here, and we're going to bring it down a little bit further. I like this. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've done a look with this much of the blue all over the lid before. And I unintentionally did looks. This is look number 8 without focusing on the blue because most people tend to just go for the standout shade. And I'm like, but we don't want to neglect here at the Crazy Troll Nation. We don't want to neglect the other fantastic shades in this palette. Oh my gosh, this is really nice. I'm bringing this down. I think I'm gonna have to go back to that first shade and add more of that maybe. I really like this, y'all. Oh my gosh, I dropped the brush. I have so many, putting some more substance on this brush. I have so many like little stains on the carpet around my station. It's ridiculous. And it does not come out. And I haven't really tried. Like I know not to use bleach because then it'll change the carpet. The carpet is like a medium tan type color. But damn, this could be the look. I like this. So we're going to, I almost forgot about taking Pale Gold. Pale Gold, we're using the Hourglass 3 brush, excuse me. And where are we for time? And we're going to put that, we're going to kind of start where Substance is. Okay. And I am tapping off. I'm expecting Fallout because we're layering this shade, but I don't want to encourage it. So that's why I'm, oh shit, I just went into Blitz Blue. So let's get another Hourglass number 3. Y'all know I got a bunch of brushes. If I like a brush, I buy more. This eye is starting to tear. Excuse me. I don't think I've used this as a topper before, and I think that's why I had it to do this, to put down the blue and to put this Pale Gold on top of it. And so we are coming all the way up to the top of this line up here. All right. I don't know what I think about it. I mean, I think it's nice, but I'm just like, I guess this is something that I'd be like, oh yeah, I definitely need to do this again. And you know what? I seldom recreate looks. I think it's nice. Let me do a Fallout check. It's different, but you know what? It has a slight grunge feel to it because it turned it like a, I don't know, it turned the blue into like a funky green, funky being a good thing, which is what I associate with. I got so much Fallout under here, and it's smearing. What do I want to say? Oh, just the tone of it makes me think of like a grunge. And you know what it did though too? It took away that blend, so now it looks harsh. We are going to take Ultimate Taupe, this shade here, Hourglass number 3. This one is a number 6, and we're going to just tap straight in, and we're going to just go ahead and just go straight across that top line. Yep, that's working. I think it's working. Damn, putting that gold up there took away that blend I had, which is ironic because that gold shade is such a light shade. You would think that it wouldn't disturb whatever was going on, but it did. That does look a lot better. I can still see the line there, which is okay, but you can definitely see that this is blended and this is not. I like this. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. So for upper lash line, I'm thinking contemplative state, because it will show up and it'll just add like a pop. This is kind of erasing like this corner. This is ultimate taupe still. Is it dry under here? A little bit. So we're going to take this too and just buff under here just a little bit, which is going to bring it down a little bit further, which I am okay with because maybe it'll camouflage the fallout. So this is different. Like, have you guys done this combination? Like, have you guys put down Blitz Blue and topped it with Pale Gold from this palette? And I do believe I realize I stutter in videos when I get really excited because my words just don't want to come out. Like, I know what I want to say, but it's just like they're just having a party inside of me. So we are going to edit out. I do like this look, and it was fairly simple and not a lot of fallout. But what's throwing me off is that layering that Pale Gold, it caused Blitz Blue to fall out. So that's what's throwing me off, is because I see blue under here. And I do see some gold shimmer, but I'm seeing like a lot of blue, like this area right here. That's what's throwing me off. And so what I'm going to do while we're going is I'm going to take some Radiant Light and put under my eyes. And yeah, because that's look, yeah, I don't like how that's looking. But so we're going to do that. We're going to put on Contemplative State upper lash line, because that will add a little something something. The only mascara I still have open right now, MAC Stack mascara. We're going to put on Juvia's Blvd black lipstick, and the color is, I don't know what the color is. The color is Ebony. So we're going to put this on the lips. Going to put some Hourglass under the eye, and then we'll be back and everything will be done. We did everything that we said we were going to do, and I also used NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner. They don't make the Suede Matte Lip ones anymore. The shade is Alien and it's black to clean up the line. What I realized today that I really do not like about this wand is just so damn huge. It works good for my upper lip, but then if my line goes crooked, then it's just crooked, and at the bottom line, it was just a mess. And my lips are not symmetrical, but you can clearly see, you know, let me just use the lip pencil for that. Like how it's this jagged line right here. Like, it's just, that wand is too big. It is too big. And the thing is I was rushing as well. Where like with the MAC one and the Sephora ones, I can just put them on. I don't have to be so concerned with the wand. And so I realized just now, I don't like that. And this is still looking janky. This is as good as it's going to get. Let me know what you think of this look. Have you done this combination? I do think Contemplative State was a good choice for the upper lash line because it pulled off of the gold that we have going on up there. I'm loving the lower lash line. I'm loving the whole look because it's just like overall smoky, but it's not like that deep, dark, rich, bold smoky. I do think the black lip adds to the look, and I was going to do an ombre. I was going to put a little bit of, you know, the green dark forest, but then that's too green, and I thought about what is this, Sea Queen, just like on the sensor, and maybe I'll do that. I'm gonna do a little bit of that, and then we're gonna come back again. Sea Queen is not showing up much over the black, and we only put it like right here and right here and right there, because I was wondering if it was going to pull off of the golden bluish green we have up top. But just to compare these wands real quick, because this is just kind of like so this is the Sephora, and this is Juvia's place. Like, what the hell? And I know I'm way off track. I'm just kind of like, I noticed before it was huge, but I didn't. This is just, and this is the MAC one. So here's MAC, and here's Juvia's place. Even though the price for this is really low, and this is, I think this is not considered prestige at Ulta, so the price for this would be really cheap, and Ulta has more coupons for non-prestige than the prestige, and so price-wise, I would say if you're okay with that big-ass wand, get that. My favorite, though, is the MAC one, Matte retro liquid lip color, because it goes on a little different than the Sephora ones. But the Sephora ones I do recommend, because on sale these might be like $7, $8, something like that, $10 or something like that. So, but performance wise, MAC is number one. This one, I really don't like this one. I would really have to take my time, and y'all know I'm on a tangent right now. Y'all know I want my makeup to be easy, but this is the look. Hang tight, and you will see another look either with Mothership number 1 or the other one. Yes, so just hang tight. Base is done. We just put on Tillamook Prime the Eyes with the Fenty eyeshadow primer, and for a base, how low can you go? Public Enemy. Max Paint Pot in Black Mirror, and we are using Mothership number 10 and Mothership number 1 Subliminal. This is Midnight Seduction. Yeah, Moonlit Seduction. So number 1 Subliminal, number 10 Moonlit Seduction. I did a look pairing these two on, yes, I'm looking at my notes, on January 3rd this year, 2024, and I made a note to recreate it over black base. And so today we have on the black base, and we're going to see if it looks different. I'm going to pop a picture up here really quick of what it looks like. Beautiful look. Oh my gosh, it was gorgeous. So let's get into this, because this is going to be a while. We're just going to go back and forth. So we do have one lower lash line and inner rims, the same as the previous clip, which is NYX Retractable Eyeliner in Gypsy Blue. This is the same day. I completely washed everything off and just put on eye cream and moisturizer, excuse me. And that was about 4 hours ago, because I cannot do looks back to back. My lids do not like that. So we're going to take Astral White, this shade right here. And this is an Esom V27. And we're going to put that in here. Ooh, I don't remember if it turned blue before. Do I have the picture over there? Oh, man. So that's just going right there. This is nice. A little bit is tapping off. I'm not tapping over my station because I have Moonlit Seduction open, and I don't want to cross-contaminate my motherships. And I'm hoping that everything sticks to the paint pot so that I don't have a lot of fallout. I thought to finish the face later, and I said, you know what? No. Let's just get her done. That is so pretty. Oh my gosh. So we're going to put that brush down. And now we're going to take VR Violet, which is this shade here. And this is a dual chromey type shade. So it looks kind of orangey, but then it's kind of pinky. And then you see like some blue in there. This shade right here. You see that? So that's going to go next to this one. I'm excited about this, y'all. I really like Moonlit Seduction more than I thought I would. When I first got it, I was kind of like, it looks cute. But once I accepted it for what it was, I really love this palette. And I'm not tapping off this time. This one is kind of smooth. And I like this formula of Celestial Shades. These two are kind of blending in together a little bit. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. So we're going to go back in. We are going to tap off since we're layering. This is, oh my gosh. So these two blend in over a black base, which is fine with me because it's pretty. Now, you know what would be interesting? Is if when I look back at the other picture, if it looks the same. I was just really curious because I had wrote down, I try to write descriptions for what the look looks like, and I had wrote smoky ethereal. And so those two do blend in, but it's nice to know that they can do that. And, oh shoot, that eyeliner is flaking again just like it did earlier, which is strange. It's a pencil gel eyeliner, a gel pencil eyeliner, but it chunks up and flakes. It goes on really smooth though. Maybe I put too much. Maybe that's what it was. So now we're going to go into Moonlit Seduction. I always want to say Midnight Seduction. Yo, if she did another Midnight Sun but made it a little smoky as well as still being grungy, that would be Midnight Seduction. Oh my gosh. So we're going to take Rosewood Romantique, which is this shade up here. Excuse me for the glare, y'all. This shade here. And we're going to put that on the center of the lid. And we are tapping this one off. I don't anticipate any problems at all with this one because this is just a regular matte shade. And so we are going back and forth over that second shade. This could be the look, y'all. Take these two further out and then just put this on outer corner. And so if you didn't want a dark outer corner, Look how that just, y'all. I do want to put some more of that second shade back because I feel like I overlap too much of this. That's pretty though. Too much of this Rosewood Romantique. And this side, to me, it looks like it's up a little bit higher, or it may just be my asymmetrical eye shape, or maybe how I did my brows. And so I'm just trying to bring this back here. Do we have a shade for transition area? I don't think so. Well, we're going to probably take a brush with no shadow on it and just like blow these upward, because that's looking a little harsh. VR Violet, that center, not the center, but that second shade. This is so pretty. Well, look what that does over that red. Well, pinky or whatever that was. Oh, see, now that's something else I'm gonna try now, is putting this, this is so pretty, over that red shade, over Rosewood Romantique. You know, I kind of want to just do this at the top, even though this is a celestial shade, because I am not liking how harsh this looks. And you know what it is? It's sticking to the Fenty primer. Man, that's pretty though. Like these colors. This is the brush that still have VR Violet on it. I'm just going back and forth. And you see how it's moving my skin? That Fenty primer for me is a tacky primer. I know for some people it's not. But for me, whew, I do like how that looks better. It doesn't look as harsh. Actually, it doesn't look harsh at all. So when in doubt, just put something shimmery over something and it'll work itself out. Or it's satin if you don't want sparkle. Now we're going to take, I think this is what we're going to take. Extreme Nocturne, this shade here. And this is going to go in the outer corner. We are taking an Hourglass number 6 brush. And I'm just going to put that over top of that black. Oh, you know what? I do think this is darker than the previous one that I did, which would be awesome. So if you have, so if that is the case, I do think this is darker than the first one I did. So if you have a look that you like and you want to make it a little more smoky, put it over a base. And it doesn't have to be a black one. You can use a dark gray. Actually, you can use whatever you want to use. But if you want it to be just a little bit more smokier, but you don't want to use a black, like if black is too harsh for you, oh, I don't like that that came down like that. Like it did it by itself. I did it. I know I did. You can use like a smoke gray or a brown. It doesn't have to be black, but if you want to just kind of smoke out that corner or the entire lid, because I do think this is darker than the other one. I do not like this shape over here because it seems like a patch like right here. I could take depth to, oh, my neck just cracked. Ow. Whatever little thing I just did, I felt it. Damn. That, I actually felt it and heard it. Fuck. I could take Ultimate Taupe and put up there, but that, I think, I mean, it might work. Is that what I used for the last look? I think so. So we're just going to just take this here. This is, no, I did not add more shadow. This has, this shade right here on it. This shape is looking really crazy over here. And like this, it looks like there's nothing here, but then when you turn, it's like, oh, it is there. Peekaboo. And I'm still just holding this palette. I have a grip on it because I do not want to drop this thing. I like this look. Oh man, where are we for time? Okay, so the last clip was longer than I wanted it to be. And I don't know why. I'm sure I was talking. And because of the blend, this could be it. Like, I don't think I'm gonna put Ultimate Taupe under my brow. But you know, I do have something for underbrow though. Yes, of course I do. Hiccup, excuse me, so rude, troll. Now we're gonna take the brush we used for Fashion Fair Set It Loose powder. We're going to take Platinum Dusk. Where is Platinum Dusk? This shade, lower lash line. This is a Fenty 220 brush. Y'all know what, y'all, I had something was supposed to be delivered on the 20th, because when you order stuff, sometimes it'll say when you should get it. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I put it in my calendar. And then when I got shipment notification, I said, let me just click on it, because it already had told me when I ordered it, when I placed the order, like when it should be here. And so I checked tracking anyway. I clicked tracking anyway, and it was for the next day than what it said when I placed the order. So I was just like, why are y'all playing with my emotions? Because if it had really came that day, I was going to be doing a live stream, and so I was going to just fit that into the live stream. But I'm like, but you know, it may come early, because sometimes stuff do say one date and then it moves quicker. And so I do think they factor in, you know, in case something happens. I think they pad the time, because what if they get stuck in traffic? What if there's an accident? You know, stuff like that. So just like on airplanes, it might say, you know, 2-hour flight, and then when you halfway there, they'll be like, oh, we'll be there in 30 minutes, and it's like 30 minutes ahead of time. So I do think they pad the time, because you don't know. And then if you're, like when you're flying, I really be going off on tangents, don't I? They do factor in for like turbulence. If you're going the way the wind is going, no, I'm not saying that properly. That'll make the plane go faster, and they can use less fuel versus flying into the wind. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. The next shade we're going to say, oh, Blitz Blue, a Glenn. Girl, that's your cousin's name. He's not an eyeshadow. I do have a cousin named Glenn. Blitz Blue, again. I just get so excited with makeup, y'all, and then I just be speaking gibberish. But I know that y'all understand it because y'all speak troll. So we're trying to put this up a little bit higher. I did take Platinum Dust down lower. Oh, that's pretty. I really cracked myself up. I'm like, oh, that's pretty. Because when I look close, I'm looking at what I'm doing, right? But then when I look up here, I'm looking at the whole look. And it's just like, oh, wow. Okay. This is pretty. I don't think this is how I'm going to pop the picture up again, because we're almost done with this look. I do think this is oh man. Oh man. And using the paint pot today was a lot easier. How I did it, it wasn't as messy, and it didn't take as long as before. So Skin Show Nude. Why did I say that? I'm excited. This is an Esom V09. The little skinny one. Because the Skin Show shadows, I tend to not like, because most of them to me make me look a little dusty, ashy. And so I use this brush just to get a really thin line, like right where I'm putting it. And so, ooh, and it's like too thick right here. But then as you come over, so let me just bring it down. Bring it down. I don't like it, but see, what had happened was I wasn't using the tip of the brush to stay right up under the brow. I was using the side of the brush, and that's why it came down further than I wanted it to. So let's just do it intentionally and take a brush, any brush. We're going to take this brush, no shadow on it, and we're just going to just lightly go over it. And I don't think this is toning it down. And I could still take Ultimate Taupe, which is this shade here, but we're not, because that would tone it down. But I think it's cute. I don't like how right here looks like a thick line and then it thins out here. That part I don't like, but how this one it is, well, you know, it kind of looks the same, don't it? Let me stop being so hard on myself. So what we're gonna do now, I'm thinking red for upper lash line. That's what I'm thinking. And I know that's gonna like kind of change the entire look, but I'm gonna figure that out. We're gonna figure out a lip black, not the Juvia's Place one. And then we're gonna come back. This was so much easier and quicker than using the Juvia's Place one. This is the MAC Matte Retro Liquid Lip Color, and I always have to hesitate when I say that. So what we did was, I'm thinking I'm gonna do something a little different instead of using the red, and so I put on Inglot number 87 on my upper lash line, and it just blended in. It blended in with all the blues. So then I put the red on top of it, which is number 79, and it just looks like I have on a black now. But it still look good. I am really feeling this. Like, I'm pop a picture up here again while I'm taking, no, not while I do the pictures though, but I'm wondering, like, is this really look does it look the same? I think it's a little bit deeper, and I am digging it because y'all know I like to darken the lip, y'all. Oh, so I'm gonna do pictures really quick so I don't forget. One more. That was 2. One more again. So I'm excited. We're gonna be back for at least one more look. It's another recreation, and I didn't write why to recreate it, because for this one I put recreate over black base. The other one I just put recreated, but I didn't put why. But I'm thinking over base, and it's with one of these motherships somewhere. But yeah, so just hang tight and you'll see me in a moment, probably like right now. I'm gonna start with Tillamook. I'm excited today, and this is a get ready with me, but I did not record the base face part because there's going to be multiple looks done in this video. But what we are using today is we're using Subliminal again. We're recreating look number 5 that we created May 15th of 2023, and the only reason I could think that I wanted to recreate it was over a base. And so we have on, of course, the Fenty eyeshadow primer, and we put on MAC's Paint Pot and Black Mirror. So we already have that on, and this could be a look just by itself if it was more even as far as the color from this being black. So you see how it's like darker here and then lighter in the middle, and it's not as lighter here than this corner, but hey, it could be. I'm just saying. So we're going to get started with the look. Excuse me, we're going to take Depth, which is this shade here, and that's going to go all over the lid and the transition. So I'm thinking now I should use a blender brush. So we're going to switch to, well, we didn't even start it yet. I was going to use Hourglass number 3. This is Hourglass number 6. And so we are going to just tap this in circles, and we are going to place it on the lid, and we're going to turn periodically to get the shadow everywhere. And I don't know if this is even showing up. I don't know, because over it is black. I don't know, but the reason I wanted to do this brush is because since we're taking it into the transition area, which is this area, I wanted to lay it, and you know what? It is a little tacky because it's not letting me really go back and forth. So we're just going to just feather it. And yeah, we're going to do this to it and out here in the outer corner. So we're just coming all the way up here until I can get to where I can go back and forth. And I can very lightly now, but not, it's still just not really wanting to do that, which is great. I like how this evened out the color of the paint pot. And I think I finally figured out the trick to getting on the paint pot and not it drying and becoming unmovable. Because once it dries, it's not going to blend any more than it's blended, because it just dries so fast. But I used it the other day and again today, and I think I got it, y'all. And so I might do just like a short video showing how I used it and how quick and easy it was, because I know I've usually had problems before with blending out the paint pot or being too dark in one place than another place. And so yeah, I'm excited about that, because having figured that out quite by accident, of course, which is how I figure out some of my most favorite things to do later on, I'm likely to use it more once it's not a challenge to use, you know what I mean? And so it was kind of chancy using it today, not knowing what's going to happen. Because you know what? Right now, this is 30 minutes after the time I wanted to do this look. And as I said, I am going somewhere, so I need to kind of be out the door. I still have an hour before I want it to be out the door. And it's a cookout, so you don't have to be like on time, like when they say it starts. And I am taking a dish. I'm taking that cucumber, tomato, onion dish. And so I chopped up everything last night that needed to be chopped. And I didn't mix it though. And so when I go there, I'll mix it. And when I get there, I'll actually cut the cherry tomatoes, because I didn't want to cut the tomatoes because then it would have been messy. It would have been very liquidy. So, and even though it was still separate, I didn't want, this is pretty. Lower lash line, eyeliner, you're good to go. You are good to go. I have one at House Labs 330 again today. I'm excited about that foundation. And I think it does okay under my eye too. And around the nose. Y'all, I'm excited about that. So this brush we didn't use, we're going to put that there. So the next shade we're going to take is Lilac Dusk, which is this shade down here. And this is going to go on the lid. I'm going to pop up a picture over here of what the look looked like March last year. And we're going to see if this is going to be different. So this is the lid, but not the outer lid. So we're going to just take this all the way over. I'm just curious though, like why. I think I might have put depth all over just to add darkness to the look. And so recreating it with the paint pot, I'm wondering if it's going to still be the same since we also still put dusk over the black. So this is just kind of an experiment, and no, I don't have on my lab coat on. And so, but I'm excited to see, like, does it turn out the same? Do you guys recreate looks that you've done before? You doing something different? Like this is a recreation, the same as the other one, but with a paint pot. Like, do you go back and recreate looks with the base or a different shadow or a different color base if you've used one the first time, just to see like what'll happen? And we're using the top of the brush. I was going to say the tip of the brush, but the tip is the top, isn't it? No, the top is the top, and then there's the tippy top. I know I'm being strange again. So, oh, that's way up high, and I don't care because y'all know I be taking stuff places. So, oh, inner rims and lower lash line. We have on MAC Color Excess Glider Dye Gel Pencil Eyeliner. Now we are going to take Substance, which is this shade here. This was an Hourglass number 3. This is, this brush is so friggin' big. This is E45 Max. That is huge. So we're going to use this for outer corner. I was going to use it for transition, but then I'm like, I'd rather use the smaller one for transition. Like this one is just so freaking huge. But we're going to take Substance, this shade here, and excuse me, so we're going to put this on outer corner, and we are just swiping, well, patting and turning. And we're going to tap off. We're going to put this outer corner, and I also have to wing it, which is why I thought just go ahead and use this brush since it's so big anyway. But I struggle with enjoying using this brush just because it is just so big. But if I find that I like it for the purpose I'm using it for now, then I will use it more often. So it's just finding what I like it for, because just looking at it, I'm just like, this thing, y'all. But oh, it feels like this eye is starting to tear. Oh, and it's tearing upward, which means it's going to create a crease in my crease. Shit. But you know what? I should turn my AC temperature up so that the AC won't kick on. Yeah, and I got to go, so my eyeshadow needs to be somewhat decent. But I'll have my glasses on, so that will help camouflage. I'm gonna turn my thermostat down. I'll be right back. Actually, turn the thermostat temperature up, and I did just hear it click off, which is good. So, and the thermostat is right there. So that was a real quick edit. So this is what we have, and I'm digging it. I am really digging it. So this might be the purpose for this brush. Yo, I need to cut my hair. There's like little pieces sticking up everywhere. But something bit me on the back of my neck. And when I was with my neighbor the other day, she took a picture of it for me. She was like, what bit you? I'm like, I have no idea, but it is huge and it's itchy. So a couple times a day, I put hydrocortisone cream on it. So I didn't cut my hair yesterday. Today is July 21st. Yesterday was July 20th, which was the 3-week mark of when I last cut my hair. But I didn't want to cut it because then the clippers would have gone over where I was bit. And I don't want to disturb that skin. But I'm just like, we're going to take the brush we used for Lilac Dusk, that first shade, because it feels wet right here. And I don't know if you can see where it's shiny. That's because it's wet from my eye tearing upward. So we're just going to pat that there, and it looks way brighter than the other side. Adding it here won't make it brighter because this side isn't wet. But hopefully it will just stop tearing. Yeah, so that's just going to look like that because it's wet. So I'm putting this here to dry it, and hopefully, that's a pretty color though. So maybe I'll put, do I have an inner corner? Oh, I do have an inner corner highlight. Okay, so that'll help at least both sides look a little more even as far as the coloring, where this is bright from the wetness and this is not. So this brush we didn't use, I want to put that away. So let me just check. No fallout. The next shade, Ultimate Taupe, is above the transition. Ultimate Taupe is this shade, which will actually be under the brow because I have that other, we're just tapping straight in because we have that, we took the other shade up so high. I'm not even tapping off. We're just going along the top edge of the lid shade and over here. Doing one of Grace's moves. Going around the outer corner. I'm really liking that. So usually it's like the little things that people do that I try and I'm like, wow, that's nice. Because it doesn't look like much, but it does add just a little bit more blending. Even if it doesn't look like it, it just does a little something. So we're going to take some more, and I'm still not tapping off. I made sure to do more blending of the top edge of the paint pot today because I realized when I used it the other day, this is still tearing up, but I can feel it is wet. Oh man. That's why I was also struggling with that line, is because the paint pot was not completely blended, and it is hard to excuse me, completely blend it without it going further and further upward. But I did realize that, and I did give it more attention today. Yeah, that's wet again. Damn. Let me keep that brush out. This is the brush that had lilac. We're just pressing. Sometimes when it's really wet, if I take a brush and press it, it'll just pull the shadow completely off. But hopefully it'll dry before I get to the inner corner highlight part. And it'll look a little bit better. Now we're going to take Skin Show Nude, this shade here, and this little brush. This was the Esom 49. No, it wasn't. The Sigma 49. And this is a Scott Barnes number 60 brush. And so we're going into Skin Show Nude. And we are just tapping straight in. And we're just going to put this right here. Just where there is no arch. So just in the center. This side has a little tiny arch. And so we're just doing here and not all the way across under the brow. But just right here. And this brush is better than the one I used the other day because this one is just very pointy. Even though the other one had a point, I ended up using like the side of the brush versus the tip of the brush, where this one, it does encourage me just to use the tip of the brush. So that is done. So now we're going to take, oh, we're time for the inner corner part. Is this really, I feel it and it feels wet. It feels dry when I touch it, and you see how some shadow did pull off. And it's because of my hood also. Because if my eye shape was this way when I was looking up, it would just dry. But because it gets folded in, shit, let me stop touching it because it's pulling off shadow. Damn it. So we're going to take VR Violet, which is this shade here, and that's going to go on the inner corner highlight, and this is a Fenty number 220. We're going to do this eye first because I don't know what it's going to look like, because and this side is still going to be lighter because it's wet, but hopefully it'll look the same because of this shade right here. I try not to make faces when I do makeup because it doesn't help, and I tried it one time. I was doing shadow and I was going like this, and then I went, the outcome is the same. Like, it doesn't help to have my mouth open. And I know a lot of us do that, excuse me for smacking. And I'm being gentle here because, and you see the lighting is different. This is more pinky, light purple. This is more bluish purple because of the color, because it's wet. Not because of the color, but because it's wet. And even with putting on mascara, I'm like, it doesn't make a difference, but it's just a habit, and I don't know why. I don't know why. And then so I make it a point to try to keep my mouth closed, and so sometimes I will still make faces. I'll be like something like that instead of having my mouth hanging open. But yeah, because I would see myself in videos and I would be like, that ain't cute. Like, girl, close your mouth. And so I made it a point to either do one of these versus because I'm like, why am I doing, like, it really doesn't make a difference. Like, try it. If you're one of those people that do that, you know, do this with your mouth closed and see if it looks any different. Like, does it add to the look? Even me making faces doesn't add to the look. So I don't know why, like, I feel like I need to be doing something other than what I'm doing for the eye look. Now we're going to take Astral White. Oh, and this is going to be on the first portion of the lower lash line. So we're going to put this over the black. So, and here I go again making this face, right? And it doesn't help because look, it still looks the same. It doesn't change the shape of my face at all. But it's just a habit. Because we think it, well, I think it, in my mind, I'm thinking if I go like this, it'll like help out, but it really doesn't. Like even as far as stretching out my under eye area, it doesn't. It doesn't. And I've looked at the mirror and done it quite a few times, and it doesn't make a difference. But, you know, we have our habits. Next, we're going to take Blitz Blue. We're going to put this on lower lash line. Oh, gosh, I need to get out of here. And this is that LaRouche brush, LR008 angled shading brush that I didn't like until I started using it for lower lash line and or winging out outer corner shadow. Because I was really going to throw this brush away. And I purchased it half off, so it was not expensive at all. But I'm like, it is so flimsy. And I'm like, how are you going to apply shadow with this? It is just so flimsy. Unless you want like a really light ethereal look and you just do a light dusting. Because this is so flimsy. Like it does apply shadow, but you're not going to get any depth out of it, even if it's a dark shade. Unless like something like I'm doing now. Because that blue is showing up. But then keep in mind, it is over a black pencil. So take that for what you will. Or don't take that at all. This eye still feels like it's tearing. Okay, so that's all we're going to do for that. This side looks wider right here on this side. Well, not this side, but here looks wider than here. I don't know what we're going to use for upper lash line. I like this look, y'all. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take Ultimate Taupe again. Where's that brush we use for, I think this one. Excuse me, I can feel it, y'all. This eye is still tearing. And you can see down here as well where it's traveling. The shadow is traveling because it's wet. So my tear, girl, you are so friggin' rude. Excuse me. You can see where the shadow is traveling here, that inner corner shade, because you see how it stops here and this side is coming here because it is wet in here. And doing this sometimes pulls the shadow off and then sometimes it doesn't. And you know what? Why this didn't do this when I was doing the other looks and wasn't going nowhere? So we're going back to Ultimate Taupe with the brush we use for that. We're going to do this side first because this side is just annoying me. Yeah, when I'm sitting here, sometimes even when I do makeup at home just for videos, it doesn't tear. And then, but it's just ironic that it seems to tear more sometimes when I am going somewhere. So it's just like, can you just tear when I'm home? There's already shadow on this brush, Ultimate Taupe. So we're going to put this, oh, that is so wet right here. Oh. And it feels like something in this, what is happening? And I do need to get gas. I was out the other day when I was out with my neighbor and I didn't realize this brush is wet now. And I didn't realize it, or I would have got gas then. So you see how this inner corner shade is all the way here because my tear made it travel and it stops here. But you know, the thing is, people don't notice. People don't notice stuff like that, which is really cool. It's just annoying to me, like when I go like this and I'll see like a patch, but I need to do, you know, all of this to see the patch. If I'm just looking straight, you're not going to see it. Even if I look down, you're not going to see it. But when I do like this, you can see like there's a patch. So we're going to figure out upper lash line, eyeliner. We're going to put on the only mascara we have open still, which is the MAC Stack mascara. We're going to figure out a lip. And I want to do a lip, but then I know it's going to come off because this is a barbecue, so I'm going to be eating and drinking. So, but we'll figure out something. And this look is just a dark, smoky look. Here's the picture again. I'm just like, I like it though because I know I like dark. And I like the added light in here. But we're going to figure out the other stuff and then we will be right back. We are done with the look. What we put on the lips was, a tweet just came through. Fenty, Gloss Bomb, and Riri. We put that right on top of the Tillamook. We did put on the MAC Stack mascara for upper lash line. We put on number 79 from Inglot. And so this is what we have. And I am noticing more transfer because of the tearing. So if you look at my eyelids, you see how this inner corner shade is over to here, but on this side is not, like in the crease. Because the tear, the wetness travels over. And lower lash line, you see this is all the way over here versus just here. And if I were to pull down, you see how it's blanking there in my wrinkle? It completely just wiped away what I want to say, the makeup that was in there. And so this is me just drying it. Not that it matters at this point. And so there's nothing in there. There's no makeup in there, no foundation. But when I don't pull it down, you can't see it. But yeah, so this is what we got. I'm excited about the look. I really like it. And so I'm going to have to see, like, is this different than when I did it before? I don't know. But y'all know I like the dark. You know I like the smoke. I'm enjoying this look. Hang tight.